Dish. Awesome tier potato dish.
He's going to get Ella for backup.
Oh, I can't play with them anymore. They're dashing on breakfast food.
Who's they? It's Bruno.
There's such a wide variety of food, am I right?
His panties in a twist because he isn't getting his.
And then I'm like, have you heard of eggs? Have you heard of bacon?
No, I have no
ham.
There
Those
is
are
no
exception.
nutrition in
Like my guy,
diet.
that's the three main. Unbelievable.
Oh, Bruno.
Those are not the three main breakfast foods. Pancakes and waffles are like the main.
No.
You only pick one of those, and then you put them with a meat and an egg.
Yeah, you pick one of pancakes or waffles, then you pick one of like bacon or sausage or ham, and then you get eggs. That's the trifecta.
Like, yeah, they are breakfast foods. They aren't the main breakfast foods. If I go in on a fucking Monday, I'm going in for an egg sandwich. I'm not going in for a fucking pancake platter.
Where you going? IHOP? International House?
I'm not going to IHOP. I'm going to the fucking Quick Star. That is.
We don't have an
Wait, guys, I just realized that. Guys, you want to know what I just realized in the moment?
Oh no.
You're gonna yell at me for this.
What'd you do?
I just realized IHOP stands for International House of Pancakes. I thought that was just their slogan.
I mean, they changed it to IHOP for a while.
Do you not remember the IHOP scenario?
Yes.
Listen. My stepmother, she works at IHOP. I'm an expert.
You're an expert.
I'm an expert.
Oh, that's why. The man had pancakes his whole life. He's like, man, I don't like pancakes. I must not like breakfast food.
Record, this stepmom only been in existence for about 6 months.
I like that you got a good mix of your mom being a bartender and your stepmom being a breakfast waitress.
No, this stepmom is also a bartender. My mom's a nurse. Fucking bartender breakfast server. That's
all the rage is out. I'm ready to play.
All right, we're good to go. Had to get that off my chest.
Alright guys, after about 2 hours, we're ready to start the campaign.
Not really, Cam ain't here. We don't play D&D, and we have a group watch party. Wait, what if we don't play D&D? And we have a watch party of the 2003 Peter Pan on stream.
We could do both. I'm not saying that.
Just have that in the background.
We might be up until like 5 in the morning, but.
Are we sure that's illegal?
No, watch parties are fine.
Watch parties are fine now?
React content is in right now. That's the hot shit.
I mean, yeah, that's all I watch, but like, it gets DMCA'd, doesn't it?
Not on Twitch.
What? Impossible.
Okay, so I'm so glad that we spent that. The pre-stream has already been rolling, and thankfully I was able to get everybody's audio on that.
Thank God.
The pre-stream got to listen on the pre-stream got to listen in on the pancake and breakfast debate. Whatever that was. I fucking left. I left the fucking left my screen to go to the bathroom.
We came to an agreement.
Okay. So before we begin, can we verify somebody can somebody just go to Twitch and just verify that my audio is fine? It looks like it's fine. On my screen it's red.
Get on there. I got you.
Because I watched last night the group that was going on, and I had everything turned up, and I could not hear anything.
I had everything turned up. I had OBS turned up. I had voice mod turned all the way up. My reduced background noise was completely gone. It was non-existent. What do you do? Why are you shut?
Sexual.
Let's take it back, guys. Doug streaming. Right, Rose's birthday. I can't play tonight.
Okay. I'm testing the audio. I don't know if it's like I think it should be fine. Hopefully it should be fine. It says on my screen it's like in the red area, like all of you are at the moment. So hopefully I should be at like similar volume. Okay, thank God.
You sound pretty good, at least on my end of Twitch.
Okay, that's very nice. That's very good. So finally, after several hours of waiting, we finally have at least more than half of the group. Unfortunately, Aaron still has PC issues apparently, and Cameron is off at a pride thing at midnight.
In Cedar Falls.
In Cedar Falls apparently.
In August.
Social security number is but
God knows you're only allowed to have pride in June. No other month. Come on, guys.
I'm only gay in June.
I'm not against the pride. I'm against the fact that it's at midnight in Cedar
Are you
Falls.
against pride?
I'm not. Okay.
I wouldn't expect that from you. Wow.
You know, pride is just very showy. We don't need to see all of that. We don't need to see. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
You're selling off my
Guys, please believe me. Please believe me. Anyways.
POV, Iris is just an old lady that goes to bed at 10 every night.
And yet here I am.
It is 1 a.m. currently.
Yet here I am after a 5-hour shift at my job. Just nothing but standing up. Anyway. So, welcome to session 9 of group 3. How's everybody doing tonight?
I was terrorized for 7 hours by a child who is no taller than 1 feet.
You almost canceled this entire session because of this child.
And doesn't even have 2 feet?
This session was almost canceled because of that child. I hope he knows that.
You gotta let him know.
You gotta let him know. You gotta make it known to that child. He almost fucked us over.
No, he screamed at me for I didn't give him a brownie, but he had the brownie in his hand. And he was screaming at me that I didn't let him have one.
I think I literally saw that in a Thomas Sanders vine.
You want your
give me the toy.
Children.
Throw the toy. Give me the toy. Anyway, so even though it is session 9 for a majority of all of you, it is in fact session 1 for at least one of you. Jerry, could you please introduce yourself to the people who already know you, and the people, but more importantly to the stream, and describe in very small detail who you'll be playing tonight.
Okay. Oh god, I didn't think about this.
You didn't think you would be introduced? Spotlight.
My name's Cherry. I'm just joining this campaign for the first time. I'll be playing a Tabaxi fighter with a background as a soldier who works with the Cat Sith, but actually is in the Red Order, which is like the Royal Guard, because I'm not like other Cat Sith.
Real.
Great. Awesome.
That's my life, everybody.
Also, Nevaeh, just a heads up, I think there's a lot of feedback coming on your end.
It's more when we talk.
Great,
we can
awesome.
hear it again.
It's more of like.
I really don't want to pull.
You know how I got these for you?
Oh, you mean my headset? That's right here.
Yeah.
Should I put that on my head?
How I got you a headset and then you just.
Yeah, you did not get me a headset. You got yourself a headset.
Where'd that come from?
Your mom.
From me. My money.
Anyways, with that introduction out of the way, we can get started. So, for the people who have been here, who have been here for the entire time, where did we leave? Give like a general description of the campaign's plot, and more importantly, where we left off in the last session.
Well, so far in this campaign, a certain curmudgeonly old bird scholar was researching a particular plague that was gripping the region known as Segudakura at the behest of his patron Ekni the Librarian. Oh.
Are you fucking...
It was there that he met two other adventurers, a Rory and Yasrina, along with his bodyguard, Shoban, who is currently in a coma, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
It was discovered that there was a particular demon at the works causing this infestation of Segudakura. And after a lot of combat, fighting undead hordes, flirting between Yasrina and my patron, we eventually found our way to the cave of the particular demon, where there was also a massive dragon that happened to be captured by the demon when it and a group of other adventurers last attacked it, and apparently defeated it, but evidently not, now that we are dealing with it.
You hate to do it.
Dumbasses.
Real.
Everything was going completely fine in our fight against the demon, until 4 billion Fomorians showed up.
Until the actual demon showed up.
Promptly beat our ass. And absolutely destroyed every single one of us. That is when my patron, the ink-married Ekni, appeared to help in the fight, but it wasn't going too well, and realizing how dire the situation was, Ekni made the decision to sacrifice herself to defeat the demon and save all of us. After that event, and after the morning that followed, it was decided that the gang would take the dragon to the Acadia, where we are currently, in the Mesawai Empire, to tell them what they had learned, as Rory also has been getting whispers from a weird dagger that came off a dude who got obliterated by a tree. That spoke of a shadowy horror that threatened to destroy the world, and was also linked to the Tiamat, the great dragon enemy that also wants to destroy the world. But that one wants to destroy the world to destroy the other thing that was wanting to destroy the world.
Destroy the universe.
That one too. And so we have arrived at the Acadia and have just described the situation to the dragon leaders of this land.
Acadia.
When that too. All right. Listen, I'm old, okay? Well, we also happened to find out that a war was on the horizon. I wonder who did that.
Fuck you, Session 4. This is on you.
Yeah, fuck Session 4.
Fuck Session 4. Group 4. Fuck those guys. I watched you guys last night. Couldn't understand a word anyone was saying. These are for you.
Fuck y'all, edgelords. I've never watched them before. But fuck those edgelords.
That was amazing. Oh my god.
You got a rivalry with
Group 4. That was amazing recap.
Did you catch all that, Jerry?
Yeah,
also,
I just
when you
saw
told me the McDonald's drive-through.
I did relay all of it to Maddie in a McDonald's drive-through. My bad.
You know,
we still never got those fries.
All right.
Never forget what they took from us, Nevaeh.
Okay. So with that, we come to the most recent session. After taking this Dracolich anew to the Acadian Council to fulfill the quest that both Yasrina and Rory had been sent on, that had some form of interaction with the prophecy. they come before the Acadian Council to present their findings, not just anew, but also the rest of all of the other information they have unraveled about involving the Githyanki that came from the stars in the name of the Tiamat,
Yeah.
the dreaded Elder Tide, Jormungandr, who had apparently been whispering through a dagger that had been collected by Rory.
He's my buddy.
And I think that's all the information. And the demon. And the demon, but we don't care about her. She's dead. Wink. But,
What?
But...
Don't do that. No. Like you died. You can't do that. That's not allowed.
No, it's fine.
It's actually kind of rude and mean, and don't do that.
She's actually dead. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
Trevor's really excited about the fact that you enabled the chat so you can say actual words into it.
That is very nice.
It was initially just set to emotes only, just so that spoilers or like stuff be like, oh, what if this happens, and it actually does happen. Be like, wouldn't pop up in the chat, and I was like, wait a minute, the chat isn't that. Oh wait, now I can see him. I just switched tabs over to see all of the shit Trevor's doing on the chat.
Hi, Trevor.
Hi, Trevor.
Hi, Trevor.
What's up, Trevor?
Hello, Trevor.
Live my life. Wife.
Anyways, so we find ourselves in the Acadian before the Acadian Council, where a strange stranger from a distant land, but still in the same continent, comes with warning of a war that seems to be making its way to the capital of Uruk, behested by one Counselor Zeus. And that's where we'll begin right now. As I will...
It's fucking Zeus.
Cherry's the only one that can't see the council right now. So yeah. At that, you hear this figure who has been titled Pluto speak before the council as he says, I bring great warning of an impending war and of the actions of Counselor Zeus. And at that moment, the double doors behind you all are opened as you all see the massive figure of Anu, who had been summoned by the council, making his way, still undeathly in nature, but still seems to keep up his prowess of a dragon as he saunters into the room, not really as elegantly, but still seriously, he's fucking massive. I just put him on the map, and he just engulfed Ben. He just engulfed Cameron's character.
No, he ate him? God damn it.
Yeah. Bex dies after dying again, as he just comes in and just... but Anu walks in, taking in the sight of all of these ancient dragons, and walks in with morbid curiosity as he comes in, and then he takes a bow where he stands. He's not going all the way up to where you are, because the walkway isn't really big enough for him to walk across the center podium, but he kind of just sits, he kind of approaches and then takes a bow as he says, Great Council of the Acadia, I come in the name of Dagda and the people of Tanaro. And you see the council, you see Shamash, the solar dragon at the very behest of this council, seems to gesture a hand forward to have him rise, and he does so. And Shamash says, we have heard of your tales from the far regions of Zov, and we would be most appreciative if you would be able to help in our endeavors. Have have our ambassadors informed you of the war and the prophecy to come? And you see Anu looks around, looks down to you all, and he says, I have been made aware of these endeavors, and I will extend a boon to the council to seek my aid when the time comes. But for the time being, I wish to remain in my stead, care to the lair that I left so long ago, and try to remake the title that I had once lost. And Shamash kind of just nods in agreement. He says, very well. You may go and return to your lands. Our Dragonborn secretary will inform, Esmeralda will bestow upon you a form of communication that will allow us to contact you when the time comes. Thank you for this boon you have bestowed upon us. And you see Anu takes one last bow to the council before he turns around. And at this point, you could see at the back behind Anu, you could see Esmeralda kind of just looking on, seeming holding up these doors, even though they're way too big for her to be able to do so. And Anu turns around and leaves the room. And Esmeralda closes the doors behind him. Shamash then looks back down to Pluto and he says, no. Continue. As Pluto looks to the council, he says, thank you. As you probably have guessed, I am from the lands of Ilios and Aenis. I am sure you are aware of the conflict that has rivaled our lands for nearly 3 decades. Unfortunately, the endeavors of the Ilios have made its way across Cerdonia, and now they seek a weapon they believe is stretched all across Cerdonia, and is one of which is bestowed beneath the city, beneath this capital. Shamash looks around at the council and he says, we are aware of the Ilios and Aenis' search for the Trojan, but we do not hold this weapon. Pluto then continues, no, but he thinks you do. And that is all the convincing that he needs, more specifically convincing of the people of Ilios to burn this city to the ground. And you can see everybody kind of looks alert. Some people even, you can see some people look around and they're almost just like, what? No. They almost look like in disbelief. Some in disbelief. Some aren't really taking it as seriously. Specifically, Ningirsu is kind of just like, what? Nah. But Shamash seems to remain stagnant, his eyes almost widening with a bit of surprise as he says, and where do you stand in this conflict? Pluto then takes an elegant bow as he says, merely a messenger of a third party. I do not side myself with Ilios nor Aenis, and I cannot aid you in this conflict. All I bestow to you is but a warning. And assistance that I might be able to provide given some time. Shamash kind of looks around and he says, this conflict is nothing compared to what we are dealing with right now. And Pluto says, yes, but it is still a conflict that you will have to deal with whether or not you like it or not. This prophecy will mean nothing if this city, this empire burns around you. You must take up defenses. You must prepare for Counselor Zeus's arrival. Shamash goes, one archaic captain of the Council of Ilios will not require the full might of the Mezoian Empire. And Pluto says, my liege, forgive me, this is the best way to deliver this. But you are a fool. This one archaic captain is no archaic captain at all. He is but a demon. A demon of the people a demon from the people that you seek to destroy. Or rather, your prophecy seeks to destroy. Shamash kind of looks around. A demon from Abyssalis. And Pluto gives a nod. Everybody kind of just like looks around. You can see again the council almost looks like very confused. You see the golden the ancient golden dragon born to the right, Marduk, the thunder of lightning, seems to look and kind of peer closer as he says, I have been keeping tabs on that war. The conflict does not reside in demon territory. It resides in archaic captains. It resides in mortal enemies. And Pluto says, but that is but a charade that is too long to explain right now. The point is, no matter if you give them all of the proof they need to prove that you do not have the Trojan, the council does not care. The council merely takes this opportunity as a means to go to war, to bring ruin, so that the demons of Abyssalis can walk over the ashes of these empires, of these kingdoms that they go to war with. Win, lose, it is a lost effort, and it only benefits the demons of Abyssalis more. I implore you to expend your resources that you have saved up for quite some time. 3 generations of searching for dragons and preparing for this conflict for so long. Use it. Save yourselves so that you can continue to prepare for this prophecy after this war is over, or after this conflict, if it is the end. If it suffices, and if it tilts your opinions, I can assist in this sort of rallying of dragons, if you so wish. Shamash kind of raises his head up, eyes lowered. Explain yourself. You want dragons? Fine. In about a few hours from now, a member of the Borealis family is actually going to make his way over here talking about a disturbance in the Amathion mines. Because there's a dragon. A dragon neighboring the islands of the Amathion mines. Don't worry, I've been keeping tabs as well. Before Zeus makes landfall in the Mezoian Empire, he means to make a pit stop. In one of the neighboring islands to the Amathion mines, there lays a dragon. A dragon that I do not know its origins, do not know its colors. Charybdis. With Charybdis, a dragon older than even you, a dragon older than the Tiamat themselves, or so you've told. They will wipe this city clean. They will wipe any city in their wake clean. But Charybdis has been isolated, has been out of the control and out of the limelight. They can be so easily convinced. If you were to send somebody to attempt to convince Charybdis that your efforts, this prophecy, is more valuable than Zeus's allegiance, than the allegiance of the Iliad, you would have a powerful ally. Hell, send these people. It gestures to the people, to all of you. Send these people for all I care. Somebody. They've managed to successfully collect a dragon. They're probably one of hundreds, but please send somebody to attempt to convince the Charybdis that your efforts are more valuable than Zeus's. Shamash looks and he says, a dragon older than the Tiamat would be quite an ally. But we will not send these people, especially if they are tampering with the Amathian mines. We will send them to a different section, a Virifteria. And you see Ishtar, a lunar dragon, that's off to Shamash's left, says, brother, there is the Virifteria has been assigned. He turns to Shamash. You see Shamash turn to Ishtar and he says, explain. Ishtar says, I have already assigned that the sightings in Virifteria to one Titus Rascul. Everybody's eyes fucking light up, and they just look at Ishtar. And you hear Ningirso in this very guttural, what? As he just shouts, and Shamash quickly turns to Ningirsu and he says, Ningirsu, calm yourself. That Furbolg murdered innocent people for his own self-interests. He should have done more than exiled. He should have been executed. Shouldn't. That is enough, Ningirsu. Now is not the time. Ishtar, we will discuss this in a later date. You see, Ishtar's head kind of has lowered, like isolating themselves, just not trying to keep eye contact with either one of Ningirsu or Shamash. Before Shamash turns and he says, very well. If anyone should investigate a dragon within the Amathian mines, it should be a member of House Borealis. Rory of House Borealis, step forward.
I step forward.
You see, Pluto kind of sidesteps out of the way, watching you. And you see Shamash goes, apparently, there has been a dragon sighting in the Amathian mines, and apparently there has been disturbances within the Amathian mines. So I've been told, yet not reported on by any representative, as I've been informed of. As you hear the doors behind you come flying open, and you see one Tithonus Borealis step into the room. As he, I don't know why I don't have a circular token for him, but he steps. But you see one Tithonus Borealis step forward, and he says, Council, I must, I'm so sorry to interrupt in the. Sorry. We have a disturbance in the Amathian mine. We have been informed. Thank you, Mr. Borealis. We will have we will have people investigate the Amathion mines and report on this disturbance that you have been reported on. Pythagoras goes, very well. He looks down at Rory for like a solid second. He says, well, I will be off. Yeah, and turns around. and leaves. The door is shut behind, and he says, and as Esmeralda once again closes the doors, you see Shamash goes, Esmeralda, can we have no further interruptions to this meeting? Esmeralda said, yes, of course. Sorry about that. He closes the door. As he goes, Shamash says, it appears your words are true. Rory of House Borealis, I am assigning you to these sightings of a dragon within the mines of the Amathion mines. I said mines twice. You will be assigned. You will be funded by the Acadian Council, and unfortunately must leave as soon as possible. I apologize, you have just completed a mission, and I do not wish to send you on a mission so quickly. But seeing as it is your family's mines, it only seems fit.
We won't let you down. We'll be right that way.
And then he turns back to Pluto and he says, Pluto, you have any resources that you can provide to the Acadia for this sudden onslaught of Zeus, we would be much appreciated. You see Pluto goes, I am currently trying to search through my assets at the moment. At the moment we have one asset that might be available, but they are currently on a different mission, and we are hoping they will be ready for a defense of your harbor cities by the time Zeus makes it to the Empire. We believe he is most likely to strike at the harbor city of Celos first. He says, very well. Ishtar, you will inform the House Selkie about a possible attack on the harbor city. In Girsu, you will ready the Red Order and have a small platoon accompany this group, Rory of Borealis and his allies, in the search for Charybdis. The rest of you will expend all of your resources to try to find as much as we can about this Counselor Zeus. And all of the resources that we can provide will be expended towards the harbor city of Celos for a possible onslaught. The council is dismissed. As you see, everybody they all in unison flap their wings, thrusting themselves forward, and then they drop off their pedestals, descending into the chasm below.
You see, as they're all out of sight, Aaron sort of lets go of a breath he's been holding the whole time. He has been bolt straight. This is the most authority he's ever been up in front of.
That didn't go awfully.
And I suppose walking into a room of 7 dragons could always go worse.
Indeed it can. As Pluto turns to you and he says, I hope you are as good as a silver tongue as you were with the last one. This Charybdis will either bring about the end of the Empire, or will bring about the end of Ilios entirely. But that is up to you. I will be off. As you see another figure kind of walks out from behind Pluto. You all don't even see this figure pop out. It's this like ghostly figure with darkened skin, almost looks drow in nature, black curled hair in a feminine in appearance, seems to don this kind of armor that looks very it has a sigil that you don't recognize. And he says Makaria, we are done. And you see this figure kind of wave their hand around. Arcane light seems to come coursing out, like electricity shooting from their hands. A spell circle seems to engrave itself into the floor below them, and just like that, she snaps her fingers, and necrotic flames engulf both of them. And as they retract, they are gone. And you are left alone in the in this room.
Well, I suppose there were no uncertain terms in their orders. I feel we should be off as soon as physically possible. But it seems like a very important task we have been assigned.
I think we have just a few stops we need to make before we leave. Isn't that right, Rory?
We can't hear you.
Sorry. He's like, by the way, he takes his bag of holding out, and he takes out healing potions, hands them to you two. Last time we were kind of unprepared, and it sounds like we might be fighting this one. So let's be more prepared.
If it goes well, it sounds like we shouldn't be, but you know.
And if it goes bad, and this single dragon is more ancient than the Tiamat or any of the dragons here, I don't think a potion would help. But I appreciate the gesture.
We'll make it work. We have to.
I do not plan to fail.
I'm going to try and catch my father on the way out. Get a feel for exactly what was going on in these mines.
Okay.
Erud would also like to talk to the receptionist person to get their fucking number in his book of Farscribe.
Okay.
Rena would like to go find her family.
All right. So, as you all exit out of this room, fuck, I'm not gonna decide. Let me real quick. Nevea 1, Dimitri 2, Erud 3.
I'm sending you a little note on how I want my parents.
Okay, we're going to Erud. As the doors as you open the doors, you see Esmeralda. Esmeralda has taken her seat at the desk like 50 feet away. But she seems to have noticed you and begins approaching all of you as she says, "Well, if there is any form of assistance we can provide, at the moment, I can definitely provide some. I think I have at least some sort of knowledge of my way around the city of Uruk. So if you so wish, I can provide that kind of information."
Well, I do have one particular question. Are you the main receptionist of this area?
Oh, I am a receptionist, but I'm not. There are others that replace me. I do not work a 24-hour shift, unfortunately. So my
do you have communication? Do you have communications with the Acadia in case of emergencies?
Oh yes, of course.
Ah, good. May you please write your name in this book? And he's going to open the tome to his Farscribe page.
Okay. And she writes down. Don't have a last name.
Unbelievable.
I don't have a.
Not prepared.
All right, and then
Yeah, she'll write down. She'll write down a full name. I'll probably give it to you at some point. But Esmeralda something something.
That's the last
All right.
name. Something something.
He'll close the book and just say, "We will report back magically to you when we find anything of interest. If it is urgent, I expect it to get to the Acadia quite fast. If that is not possible, whenever you feel like it."
Yes, of course. Thank you very much.
Good day.
Good day to you.
You will be able to respond as well, mentally.
Oh, I know how magic works.
Good.
They didn't put me in They didn't put me in charge of the council to not be a spellcaster. But yes, I will be able to. I will be able to communicate with you. Is there anything else I could provide for you?
Well, it seems as though the area we are heading is somewhat familiar to my companion here, but do you have anything pertinent about the surrounding area that I may find helpful in this endeavor?
Well, I look at my own notes. There's a quite large market somewhere in the middle of the Fertile Crescent. It's this large area at the very southern bit of within the walled area of within the walled area of I fucking hate you people. You guys got me distracted. It's a large trade area somewhere in the middle of in between the Fertile Crescent and the Trukend top. It's this. You'll probably find it. It's a large courtyard area. Two people. You guys are the only people with webcams, so it's the only people I'm looking at right now on my screen.
I'm sorry, I just discovered
yeah.
my penis. Don't worry about it. No, Dimitri, you're fucking up the. Come back.
Did it?
But yes, she says. But yes, somewhere in between the Fertile Crescent and the Trukend top, there is a large courtyard that houses a large trade market. Should be of use if you have coin.
In addition, are there any libraries around that may have information on the dragon we are going to discover?
Oh yes, there is a rather large section of the Catwood. It's it's a more western area of Uruk that seems to house that houses all of our it's a large library and archive that is controlled by one of the houses of Uruk. Should suffice in some way.
I thank you. Does anyone else have any questions for this fine lady?
I believe Rory and Yasrina are already gone.
Oh, well,
yeah, I wouldn't have
he looks behind them. They're fucking vanished. I'll take that as a no. Good day.
Actually, I think Yasrina would have stayed because I think she'd prefer Erud to come with her.
Oh, okay.
Right.
So yeah,
no,
yeah.
I think I'd have to go very far. I don't know how far my dad would have went.
Let's do this again. Let's do this again. This time with Cherry replacing Erud in the D3.
Oh.
Okay, just constant threes. So Dimitri, as Rory tries to look for Tithonus, you find him. He's kind of just like impatiently sitting beside one of the columns. You see like this arm guard with all of these arcane screen in front of him. He's like fiddling through it. It looks like basically an iPad floating in front above his screen, above his wrist as he's just looking at it. He seems very enthralled in this as he's just fiddling. say that kind of. We need to bring it back into. We can bring these back. Yeah, we can't kiss. What you doing?
Yeah.
He's enthralled. He's not even paying attention right now. He's not even gonna see you if you don't make it. I'm like waiting for you to do shit.
I walk up to him. I was like, "Hey, father."
Oh shit! Hi.
Hi,
Rory. I didn't know you were back.
Yeah, we just got back. There was a dragon over in. I forgot where we were from.
Oh yes, I was informed about your mission, which is, you succeeded. Congratulations.
Yeah. Yep. We made it work. They sent us into our mines. Do you?
Oh yes. I actually went there to inform them. The Amathion mines. Apparently, according to your mother, the Amathion mines were had branched out into some kind of extra cave system that seemed to have been a part of the neighboring island. And within in that cave system, there appeared to be a multitude of dragons. These massive red dragons that all seemed to they didn't nobody could get a real good look at them, but they didn't seem to spit fire or anything. Everybody seemed generally fine. There was a few people with missing limbs and bite marks, but aside from that, most people are fine. But there were six of these dragons, all seemingly relatively the same age, but nobody can get a real look at them. Just like the heads, kind of just popping in from here and there, just slithering around. But yes, your mother is still on the island, but she is making her way here as fast as possible. We're evacuating the Amathion mines entirely until we can get this sorted out with the Acadia and hopefully get this dragon either expelled or at the very least out of the Amathion mines.
Of course. I think we're being sent that way to deal with the problem.
No,
actually.
you are not. You are not being sent after that thing.
No, we helped with the dragon already. We could talk to him. It's possible.
We sent you on that first mission so that you could do more with your life. We wanted you to reach out, get friends. But this is far different. The dragon before was ghost stories. We didn't think you would. Well, I don't want to say that, but we were under the impression that it might have been an easier trying to chase after ghost stories of a dragon fighting a demon. But this is an actual dragon in a cave. There's 6 dragons. I don't want you getting that.
Father, I can assure you we'll be okay. We've been through a lot over the past few weeks. I know we can be all right through this.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. Oh, I'm horrible at those.
With advantage. I don't know if it's with advantage or disadvantage because he's your father.
That's on you.
I also think this was a poor voice to go after because this dude is big. This dude is huge. This dude is well, not actually. Now I'm actually looking at his photo.
He's giving cuck.
Okay,
you
know what?
Giving cuck? Don't say that about my fucking dad. Everyone already said that about my mom. Everyone already said my mom was a fucking whore. Shut your goddamn mouth. You are lucky you weren't there. That's one of my flaws.
Jesus Christ.
Yes, we just said that too.
That is one of my flaws.
I'm assuming you all are waiting. You're like standing by waiting for Rory to finish before you go after your family.
Advantage or disadvantage? Or normal?
Just waiting for Arian. I don't give a fuck what Rory's doing.
I'm gonna say it's both because he's your for the exact same reason. So I'm gonna say do just a standard persuasion roll.
All right.
Okay.
Yep. All right.
He looks and he says, "Rory, I know you want to help these people, this city, but This is far beyond any of us. Have the Acadia go. They're not doing anything. They're sitting around in a cave doing nothing. I feel like they should be doing something involving 6 dragons in the Amathiel mines. I feel like they should be doing something.
Listening. They aren't. I talked to them about a bunch of stuff that's come up. About someone that could help us with this oncoming threat. That's been telling me, truthfully, showing me what's going to come. And they won't listen.
The dragon that you came in with?
No, it's I pull out the dagger.
I did not send you with that.
It's a pact weapon.
You formed a pact with who? With what?
His name is Jorpingonder. He sees the oncoming the things that are gonna come. He sees them and he wants to protect them.
This prophecy that they've been doing, that they've been talking about?
He's seen it happen.
And he knows this thing?
He knows that with my help and my family and my friends, that we can do this.
Rory, I know that's what everybody says. That's what people always do to try to get you into these pacts with all that's what all of these people try to do to get in with these pacts. I hope you're not going with just Yasrina and looks over the shoulder at Erud and your new friend and your new friend. Oh, thank God. That's a little bit more convincing. That's a little bit more easier to bite down, but I am hurt. All I can hope for is that Zhong is going with you. But that's probably a rarity. That's probably not going to happen. There's a million red orders. It would be a miracle if Zhong would be of people of the. How many people? How many are they sending with you? How many? A small battalion. I'm not sure how many. So probably like 16, 30. That's the size of like a battalion or like a platoon. A battalion is like 500. But honestly, I would have preferred it be a battalion alongside you. At the very. Alright. If you need anything from me and your mother, please let me know. Yes, of course, I will. Yes, of course, it's a miracle we didn't send you with armor in the first place. Of course, I will have people get onto that. I wonder if Zhong's grandmother is still smelting. Anyway, yes, I will definitely get onto that. Honestly, it's probably like very dark outside. It's probably nighttime, but like you guys definitely came in around sunset. Okay, we will. I will try to find somebody awake at this hour to try to get them onto it. I'll pay double if I have to, but I will try to get something for you. My funds are also available, so if you need anything from the trade yard, please do so. What the fuck are you guys doing? Seriously, I can't concentrate when I'm trying to look at one person and in the corner of my eye I can see fucking you two. Jesus Christ. Anyway. Who? Oh my god. Anyway. He says, my funds are also still available, so if you need anything from the trade yard, please do so. I will. Are you coming home tonight, or are you staying with your friends?
That's probably best. I assume Cerdonia has a place to stay already. I might have yes, very much. Yes, perfect. Hey, so Jared and Bex down the hall. I stayed in the on the line.
Standing there drooling a bit.
Having an episode due to his brain damage. Something about being dead for a good day and a half really takes it out of you. Man, it really just,
what? You're still in front of your father, so are you saying that out loud?
No. I was like, do we have spare bedrooms for Erud and Bex, who was very far back?
Oh, yes. I think I saw him as well. Well, okay. But if you still need anything, you know where I live. You know where you live.
Of course.
Okay. I will. He kind of has like a weird, awkward kind of moment where he's like, how to say goodbye. He's like, I will pat you on the shoulder. We'll see you.
I'll see you tonight.
I will see you tonight. And he walks away.
All right.
Okay.
Sean's not gonna be one of the people in our party. What? That doesn't make any
sense.
What
fucking Zhang?
I haven't seen him in 8 years.
Fucking Zhang of all people?
Of all people?
Of all people?
Come on.
Fucking Zhang?
Doesn't make any sense.
Am I saying it right? I think I'm saying it right.
Yeah, I'll say you're saying it right.
Okay.
Yeah, you are.
It's not as if his dad is like very rich and powerful and can just get him put onto our team. Like
It is how
that's literally how you started this whole thing in the first place.
It is the only reason I'm here.
We're talking about how his dad just comes up and like pats him on his shoulder, and the only thing I can think of is casually approach the child.
Okay, let's do a little bit of another. With that out of the way.
Ooh.
Oh my god. Okay. So, Yasrina, describe to me how you think, what kind of building you approach as you enter the homestead of the Caldera family.
It's gaudy, let me tell you.
Fucking goddamn. It's gaudy.
Like, you know, take what you think, like, the Malfoy mansion in Harry Potter looks like. Like, take what you thought that looked like when reading the books, and that's what their home looks like.
Of course.
Oh, joy. And then you might as well just imagine the Malfoy parents. That's what they're like. Except Narcissa is not a good lady. She's also just like Lucius.
Okay.
Just imagine both of my parents are like Lucius.
Man, it's a wonder why you're a fucking murderer.
Dude, fucking... Technically, she's not a murderer. She's just a bitch.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yep.
Anyways.
Guys, she's just a bitch.
She only killed someone for the first time in that cave, I'm pretty sure. Like, actually finished someone off herself.
You also didn't kill the guy, technically, because he's an attempted murder.
No, yeah, I know. I mean, like, the first time she actually, like, finished off killing someone by herself was in the
I'm not a murderer. I suck at that. That's all I'm hearing.
Did you kill any of the dragon riders?
That's true. We killed dragon riders. I forgot those guys existed.
I have never, like, finished, like, before the cave, I don't think I ever, like, finished somebody off. Like, I got hits in, but I don't think I killed anybody. That was all you did.
Slaughtered those guys. Took my rook out.
Okay. I'm actually going to say that during this venture to the Caldera family homestead, in the western side of Uruk, in the Catwood Archives, where do we find Zhang Zhongji? I think I said that right. I'm gonna ask you every single time if I said that right.
Jun.
Jung?
J. Jung J.
Jung J. Jung J.
If you like after the session, just straight up copy and paste his name and just listen to it in Google Translate a couple of times.
Great. I'll give that a try.
Like, what time of day is it?
It is like nighttime. You probably it's like nighttime. The sun is almost completely down at this point.
Probably he would be like out of his armor, probably like oh god, let me think of this. He's probably like just casually just walking around off duty, maybe going to get a drink at a pub or something. Let's say that he's going to a tavern to get a drink.
Okay.
Does that work?
Yeah, that works. You are easily able to find a bar. I think you said 26 years of age. You would have been able to. You would have easily found your way around the city of Uruk in this time. Eventually coming to a tavern, which I'm not going to try to name because I don't have one. And you find, you know what? Because why not? It's a tavern known as Quincy's Tavern. Very simply.
Quincy's? I feel like
Quincy's
that's
Tavern.
the last one's name.
Oh
wait, no. I know where Quincy's from. I remember now.
You find you find yourself just sitting at a bar table, a drink in your hand. Quincy, the bartender, seems to be taking care of other patrons that have just came in. And you find yourself just sitting there, having a drink. Would there be friends? Would you be alone, just in your thoughts?
Probably alone.
Okay.
It's like chilling by himself.
Okay. You find yourself just in your own mind, just sitting there pondering. You find yourself almost drinking down to the bottom of this cup that you have, and as you look into it, the face of Ningirsu stares back at you. You look into the cup and almost have like a shocked expression but then a sudden realization of, oh, this is just Ningirsu communicating with me again. And then you immediately look up from the reflection in the cup, and there stands Ningirsu. The entire bar table, the entire tavern around you has disappeared. And instead you just see the massive form of the ancient red dragon Ningirsu. As he looks down on you, the leader of the Red Order, just down on yet another one of his soldiers.
I set down my cup just to be formal, and I like do a court nod, and I'm like, hey. Simply, that's it.
Zhang of Junji. I hate you. You have
goes last name and then first name, so
You have been.
Zhong is my family name.
Oh, what? Are you kidding me?
Yes.
No, I'm so fucking tired. Oh my. Junji of Zhong. I require your assistance in a matter that involves the Red Order. A quest that must be fulfilled in order to aid in an oncoming war far more prevalent than the tales of the Tiamat.
I sit and I ponder what he says, and then I immediately, like, stand up and I'm like, yes, I don't care what it is, I will do it. Just tell me what I need to do, where I need to go, and I'll do it.
Very good. You will be assigned to one Rory Borealis and some allies involving the Caldera family and some newcomers to the Uruk Empire, to the Mezoian Empire. You will be sent forth to the Amathion mines at daybreak tomorrow. There you will investigate sightings of a multitude of dragons within the Amathion mines that are said to be either quite an asset or quite a downfall to the Empire. If you so wish, you may discuss this further with Rory of House Borealis, which I believe you have some sort of connection with.
I do so hope I still have a connection with him, albeit I have not seen him since I have joined your order, but I hope he welcomes me with open arms to make my integration into his party a lot easier.
This does not concern me. But, but at the very least, it is helpful in some way. By accepting this quest, you put the fate of the Mezoian Empire in your hands. As a war comes forward and becomes our problem from the West. But we must prevail if we are to continue our efforts against the oncoming Tiamat.
As you wish.
Very well. You have the full assets of the Red Order, and you will be joined by a platoon of 8 other Red Orders. They are as follows. General, you just hear snapping, almost echoing through this dream sequence, and then you see, and you, in like a flash, everything is this black void is gone. Ningirsu is out of your mind, is no longer in front of you, and instead you find a tavern. You find yourself in the same tavern, still staring at this mug, and a 3-fingered hand just snapping their fingers at you, as they're just as you look up and you see the older tan-skinned human, black flowing hair of the innkeeper Quincy, as he's just snapping his fingers. Is like, are you okay? You were kind of just staring.
Sorry, I don't handle my alcohol well.
I guess as much.
I apologize.
If you so wish, I can just not give you any more alcohol. As he slowly reaches and grabs for the tankard in front of you, as he says, if you don't want any more, I don't have to give you any more. And if you are having a problem, I won't give you any more. But as he goes and sets it off to the side, just not even keeping eye contact with you, just placing the thing on a shelf. What's on your mind, traveler?
Oh, just dragons.
Dragons. Oh, well, there seems to be quite a lot of them in Uruk. It's quite often that you'd probably find them in your dreams, premonitions, and such. I believe there's an entire house that has a whole dealings with dragons.
I am aware. Sorry to keep you worrying, but I must
No,
be
don't
going.
worry. I do this with all of my patrons. I do not. I try to keep in touch and try to make sure that everybody that walks in doesn't walk out the same way the same sorrowful self.
Sorrows? Never.
Right.
But
Yeah.
Sure, yes, of course. Well, if you need anything else, I will probably still be here. But thank you for coming to Quincy's Tavern. As he turns around, grabs the tankard off that he had set off to the shelf away, and he grabs it and then just starts cleaning it as he walks away.
thank you. The drink was superb, but
He's already gone.
I must be going now. Oh, he's gone. Damn. I sit there at the bar and I'm like, damn, all right, and I leave.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you just sit at the bar for the rest of the time, or you?
Oh, no. I leave the tavern and I go back to my family's home.
Okay.
Yeah.
You will leave off to your family's home. Meanwhile, the Caldera family has just arrived at their own homestead.
Oh,
As you find a very what was the term you said? Gaudy, gaudy, pristine household amongst that sticks out quite like a sore thumb. Within the let's say the Zagros Road section, the more northern western section of Uruk. Who's all accompanying? I'm assuming, are you all coming, or is Erud going off to the Catwood archives?
I think I had asked Arid, or I'd wanted to ask Arid to come with.
He'd oblige.
Rory, I don't care what you do, but you can come.
It's up to you if you ask me. I was talking to my dad for a minute.
Wow. Okay.
I just made it so that we were waiting for you, so I was like, oh well, that works for me.
Don't matter to me.
I mean, if you wanted to leave, I just thought you had stayed just to give your own input because you were right there. Anyway,
if you waited for me, I'd be there.
Okay. So.
All right, Rory's there.
I'm there.
All right, all
Hey.
three of you are standing before the Caldera household. It's a very pristine area. Decorated in the colors of the Caldera family, but still a very gaudy theme, apparently, that sticks out like a sore thumb within the Zagros Road area of Uruk. There's a lot of tension kind of building up because Nevea knows what they left behind. So how do you approach this?
Probably entering the house. I'm assuming. Okay, first of all,
probably just enter. How do you approach this house? Probably just by walking inside.
Okay, I pull up.
Look out below. Hey, gang.
So I need you guys to understand that the relationship of my parents. You know that one meme where it's like Will Smith and Jada, and it's like cock shame, ugly shoes, and then Jada's like, you know what I mean. I'll send it to the general. They need it. God, what is a widow? Male wife. Dad is a male wife.
Are you explaining this to us in character? Like, who the fuck is
Will Smith is now a canonical character in the world of Cerdonia.
It's happened in so many campaigns I've had.
The favorite warlord of Uruk.
Dwayne
Anyway,
The Rock Johnson.
continue.
Do you know how many times he's shown up in campaign?
Oh my god, no.
They're not Will Smith and Jada. They're not. But I'm just.
They are Will Smith and Jada. Play them as such.
No, God. I'm just. No, it's that Homelander meme I sent you.
So how do you approach this house?
Yeah, I wanna. We get back into the.
Okay. Anyways, I don't know. I walk inside, I suppose.
That's where we started.
I imagine like the second she walks in, the servants bustling around, somebody's going to alert her mother, and I imagine her mom's going to have.
Yeah, so you all just walk into the house. You have like some sort of way to enter the house. It's probably locked, but you're able to probably find. You probably have something on you that allows you to unlock this door. And you walk into the house. You can see a few butlers and maids going all throughout the house, and you see one butler stops, looks to you all, looks off to another butler who also sees you, like snaps, points offward, and you know this the person snapping is the kind of like the person who's in charge of all the who's in charge of all of the butlers and maids, and then and you see the other man walk away. You kind of get the idea that that's the person going to alert your family, as this person, a very pristine gentleman, this very Alfred appearance, comes up to you all as he says,
"The man who actually raised me,
Miss Caldera, it is a pleasure to see you back in the house, to see you back at home. I hope your endeavors were fruitful."
They most certainly were. Are you able to get my mother down here as soon as
Oh
possible?
yes, I had sent Clyde on the way out, off to go fetch your parents. I'm gonna be honest, overhearing some of the conversations, they might not be as joyous to see your reappearance.
When is it ever?
But can I get you and your friends anything?
I'm well.
You probably, yeah, Rory, you've probably seen this person before. Eru, this is all a new experience to you. So but Rory, you're probably familiar with all of this, or unless you aren't, I don't know.
A little bit. My place is a little warmer.
Okay. He looks to Yasrina. Can I get you anything for you and your friends?
I believe that I'm well, Rory Arud.
No, that's okay.
I'll just say, no, thank you.
Very well. We are just preparing a meal if you wish to join us for dinner.
I mean,
this would probably be best, yes.
Very
My
good.
parents probably
We will
wouldn't
prepare.
appreciate us.
I guess we'll prepare for double what we had anticipated. And he snaps even further at more maids and butlers, and they all seem to know exactly what he means by all of these snappings. And they just go off.
Thieves can't.
Do I understand that?
No. It's a butler's thieves can't.
like when me and Rory were kids, I'd like to imagine we had play dates, but it was like Rory was like the weird kid or like the neighbor's kid that you didn't want to play with. Go play with the neighbor's kid. It's Rory.
You know, sometimes I just lit things on fire and people didn't
It's
get
just their form of
Sometimes I
ASL,
like things on fire,
American
but in a
Snap
serial
Language.
killer way.
I like my books.
Anyway, so they
to
communicate
imagine.
via their American Snap Language, or ASL, and he turns back and he says, "Well, would you do you wish to just go straight to dinner, or do you have anything else in mind? Your family should probably be down here in a few minutes, but to be honest, I'm not sure if they're even going to."
I imagine my parents would rather us dine with them first before speaking about business.
Sorry, one more time. One more time.
One more time?
Oh, I said I imagine my parents would like for us to dine first before speaking about business.
Very good. You see, right this way, ma'am. And he kind of directs, and you all begin making your way over. You all make your way over. It's literally just a few rooms down to this massive, almost like a cathedral area. Just a room on its own. It's just the size of a cathedral, with this massive long table that is rarely ever used, aside from the very end table where the two of them often sit. But you see a bunch of people are like literally just taking dust feathers and just like dusting away at some of the tables that have been left bare for quite some time, just getting them all prepped up for your arrival and for your meal. You see your butler kind of just gestures to the seats, and helps you sit down. What the fuck is going on with?
He's dead.
Sorry, I'm confused as to what is going on with Cherry right now. Are you okay?
Cherry died.
You're
also muted.
You're also muted.
Nerd.
Dead Cherry.
Okay. We're gonna move on. You all sit down. There's a full course meal slowly being prepped up, but even still so slowly, it feels even slower with the fact that your parents still have not arrived. A half hour goes by, and after they seem to have prepared the meal in full, you see your two parents come in. Helmed by Clyde, the butler that you had seen be snapped off, and incoming is your mother. They all seem to be almost dressed for a ball gown, but you know that that's their casual attire. As you see this very tall and lengthy elven woman dressed in white, all dressed in white with bits of jewelry and very elven, very elven courtesy attire, all dressed up like they just came from a night on the town. Your father very similarly dressed up, surprisingly even more fancier than the butlers around you. Again, casual attire. Your mother comes in and immediately locks eyes on you. You can just feel her presence, her just snaring presence on you as she walks into the room. And your father kind of does the same thing, but not really at you. Kind of just like and doesn't really have this like ensnaring presence. Kind of just looks around, kind of scans everybody, you and everybody else in the room, and they all take a seat at the table.
As they walk in, Yasrina will stand immediately and bow to her parents before retaking her seat.
They do not care as you as they circle around the table and your father takes the head of the table while your mother seems to sit beside him at one of the corner points, and they begin to dine in a very silent, very awkward silence, almost like they are trying to actively ignore you.
Errol will just raise an eyebrow at Yasrina.
It's not. We do this all the time. Just. Yasrina
It
will just
is.
continue eating.
You hear your mother pot. It is wonderful to see that you have returned home safely, Yasrina.
Thank you, Mother. I appreciate the kind words.
You see your father at the head of the table goes, and how was your endeavors in I believe you had gone to Dagda?
Yes, sir. It was fruitful. We found the dragon we were looking for and defeated the demon in capturing him.
He almost looks like a bit of like a oh, okay. Before immediately looks away, and and your mother looks to you looks your mother has not been eye looking at you at all. Your father is the only one of the two that has actually that has actually put eye contact on you. But after your mother daggers at you, she just seems to be looking at her own food or at her own at whatever she's doing. As your mother goes, and we recognize Rory, but who is your looks at Erud up and down, just who is your friend?
Rude is a companion of mine. He worked under um the 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 and she's just take over. Good lord, take over. She's so
Erud will
her
sort
father
of like
you see Yasrina's father just go, there's something wrong.
Erud will just sort of sit up and just say, Erud, I was a librarian for the archive in Tanaro. I was investigating the blight upon Segurakuda, and our interests happened to align. And he sort of looks to Yasrina.
I see. And why do you continue with our daughter?
Well, our interests continue to align. There is a particularly large threat. We figured it'd be best to warn the Acadia, and they saw it fit to send all of us to go help deal with said threat.
I see. You have been uh you see him go back down to his plate as he says, you have been assigned a new quest, or your endeavors have endeavors stagnated?
Yes, sir. We have been assigned to find the dragons that have been inside of the Borealis's mines.
You see Yasrina's mom for the first time just looks up at Rory for just a solid second before looking back down, almost like a recognition of family titles, just up and down. And you see her father just looks and goes, well, that should be yet another intriguing endeavor, one that might bring our house a better name than how it has been left.
I don't think Rory enjoys, like you said, I imagine us having like play dates and I was like the kid next door. Rory hated going to this house to play. Where they like do anything.
I think Rory's entire connection to Cherry's character is the whole reason why is entirely because he didn't have friends.
Real. No, my parents are like the almond parents. Like you go over to spend the night and they just like fucking watch you and they're like, you don't need to be going over there. You need to come in. Like that's them.
Anyway, so he says should bring our family house a better name than how it has been left. How goes the father looks to your mother as he says, how goes the show business? How goes the performance?" And she goes, "Oh, it's been quite difficult. We've been having very small audition takes. Something about I don't want to work with somebody, certain folk. Bad reputation going about."
You've been auditioning for a new violin part?
"Oh
She
yes,
asked
the
about.
show must go on, and we've been continuing the business ever since. We've been continuing the business even after you had left. It is unfortunate that your skills would not be able to be used, but that is just the way it goes. People come and go. People have issues that they need to take care of. And people have certain accusations that don't allow them to continue on. They just keep giving these little jabs at you. It's almost to the point where you take psychic damage. Just
This is mockery.
I'm sorry, I'm having such a hard time keeping a straight face with all of this.
Dude, just watching Dimitri pretend to eat awkwardly is fucking killing.
I'm literally just fiddling with a fucking steak and a fork over here.
I'm eating a Kit Kat.
There's like a whole 4-course meal in front of you, and Air's just in the candy bowl and in the far corner, eating some candy that breaks all of the continuity.
The Kit Tabaxi.
No, we're not doing this shit. Anyway, he says, and there are some that simply have to go on to pursue other endeavors.
Speaking of pursuing other endeavors, I had a favor to ask.
You see them both kind of look up, and this is the first time you've seen your mother actually look at you for like a solid second before looking back down. And your father looks to you and says, "What do you require?"
During our business in Dagda, we had an unfortunate loss of someone close to Erud and I, and I was hoping that you would be able to send some manpower down there to help rebuild some of the architecture that was lost during our battle.
There was an archive that was sundered.
Yes, the only library of their town. It was lost.
I'm sorry to say, but we do not have the assets to provide that kind of support. We would need to outstretch to some of the other families of the house, some of the other families within Uruk, but that takes time.
How much time? What would it take for this to be done for them?
Well, there are some that have disconnected from the house, from the family. Certain rumors gone about that nobody seems to want to continue their partnerships. So to reconnect, to rekindle those bonds alone would take quite some time.
I well understand what I had supposedly done had brought shame to us, but I know for years I'd brought great revenue to our family based off of my performances. Is there nothing left from what I had done that you could send over there?
You see your mother is still looking down at the plate before she goes, well, that's just the way it works, honey. All efforts, all the good you do, one rotten apple from the tree, and all of a sudden gets chopped down. Besides, pray tell, what good exactly did you provide to the family? A performance? A talent?
As they're saying that, Erud's face noticeably sours.
A performance? A talent? Your violin skills, yes, were acceptable, but a performance is a performance.
A performance? I think that you mean multiple, over many years.
And it has been with admirable rewards, but
Admirable.
what you had,
Theatres were sold out when I performed. What have you done with the revenue that I have made?
we have begun expanding our family, and besides, the revenue that you had provided was nothing compared to what we lost when you tried to kill your mentor. And you see your father goes, enough. We will not. I am done hearing of this. Yasrina, it is good to see you, my daughter, but you know that we are still attempting to fix what was lost with those accusations. Right or wrong, simply being sent out on this escapade by the council has not done anything in our favor. It has only lost us a daughter.
You seem to act as if you have already lost me. I don't see what
We
difference
have
it
not.
makes that I am here or I am not.
But your venture for weeks. You were gone for weeks. And it has done nothing good for us.
It did some good for me.
To Uruk so that you would be able to thrive, so that you would be able to have a family where you could live a life where you could have whatever you want, and you
seem to act as if this is my fault. As if you did not tell me yourself that you knew better than anyone I had not done it. Do you think that that is not true?
we are done here. It is a pleasure to see you back home. You may use your room, and you may stay in our home as you wish. But whatever this endeavor is, this next adventure is for you, I hope it is of some good. And he stands up and he walks out. Everybody around you is silent. The butlers around you and the maids around you are just standing there, looking down at their own feet, just watching. What the fuck was that, Dimitri?
My plate. I finished.
No, they're not even there. They're just like you.
No.
They're like the table itself is in the and the walls are like another 10 feet away from you. But they all are just looking down at their own feet as Mr. Caldera makes his way out of the room, followed shortly by your mother, as she also stands up and walks out.
Arid is going to stand up, expression still sort of sour, and just say, well, that was productive. I'm going to go to the pub. I recommend both of you join me.
Get a drink.
Yeah. I think before that, however, Yasmin is going to pack some of her stuff from her room. Costume change, baby! And then head
Yo, let's go.
I'm gonna send the costume change into the general because I'd fucking love it.
Okay.
But other than that, she will pack her things and then carry out with Arid. I will say that she probably, because she now knows that she will not be getting anything from her parents, she'll take whatever she can of value out of her room, like jewelry and whatnot from the years. Just
Okay.
make sure she
We
takes
can
it with her.
definitely discuss exactly what kind of stuff you come out in a later time, but you all make your way out of the house and begin to leave to the nearest pub. It's a strangely enough, there's only seems to be one tavern in the entire city of Uruk, so you all make your way over to Quincy's tavern.
The closest one.
No, I'm kidding.
The one that's closest by.
As you begin to make your way to through this bustling roadway that still, even at this late at night, seems to still be filled with all these passerbys, you all have to kind of move aside as this standard cart begins to wheel its way and standard carriage begins wheeling its way out of the down the street. And yeah, fucking love that art. But as you kind of continue making your way, Rory, you're kind of like bumping into people occasionally, but eventually you feel the hit of a shoulder plate, like a metal shoulder plate, just just hit you in the shoulder, and you look it up instinctively, and there is Junji.
Is he just walking?
Yeah, you both seem to be just passing each other by.
And then they kiss.
And then they kiss. Hey, are you still? Of course. I can't hear you. Are you
They're kissing.
muted?
They're kissing, and they're boys. They're both boys.
Oh my god,
Oh, there
no.
we go.
Give me one sec. Wait. Oh my
Okay,
god,
give him a
that took
second.
forever and a half. When I started talking, that's when I unmuted my mic, but it finally went through. Jesus
It's
Christ.
great because yeah,
Anyway.
it's great because
Okay, back
it's
to
still
the story.
like a very
It's
delayed
so,
audio.
Yeah.
We can see your mouth moving like a whole 2 seconds before you actually start speaking.
Unbeknownst to you guys, I'm actually very good at ventriloquism, and I'm actually just gaslighting you guys.
That makes sense. It all adds up.
Fair
It's
enough.
not a shitty mic.
Okay, back to the point. So, you know, even though he's like still heavily plated in armor, he feels Rory bump into him, so he like whips around a little angrily, but like he takes a second and he just stares down Rory and goes, "Hold on. Are you Aurora?" And he like,
Junji?
"Oh my god, dude! I didn't even know you were still here." I
He
haven't
just
seen
locks
you
it on,
join
just
the right
barges through.
order.
He's like, "Shh, move on the fuck. You stop moving and not moving again." As he just starts, as you see this like Loxodon, just massive in scale, just starts like pushing past you both.
We're
Okay,
about to hit
let's
the
get out of the
tavern.
street.
Yeah, come on. I kind
I
of
was just
grab
there.
his hand.
That's gonna be really awkward for me, but sure, let's go there.
You all continue forth to Quincy's tavern. It's a very neat and tidy looking hole in the wall. That seems. I say neat and tidy, then call it a hole in the wall. But it's this nice building that kind of like it's a lot shorter than all the buildings around it, so you kind of get this like U shape in this alleyway, in this roadway. But it's right there in front of the open road, and you can see a bunch of patrons come in. It's a very standard tavern actually, and you enter into the tavern, and there's a lot of people, but there still seems to be a very open bar table or some tables that you can take. So yeah, do you all just like go straight up to the bar table, or you go like sit at a nearby table? Isolated or a public?
I'm thinking a table.
Yeah. All right.
1 second. I got distracted. This will be like a 5-second endeavor. I'll be right back.
I'm thinking like a table.
He actually got distracted by Junji.
Staring longingly into each other's
Oh my god,
eyes.
he's here.
Real.
Okay, so yeah, you all kind of just like sit at a table. I'm assuming we're gonna wait until Dimitri comes back.
No.
That's what I
You
said.
thought a soldier was gonna be serious? Nah, my man gonna be goofy.
Oh wait.
The goofy soldier.
So you, first off, yes, Serena. Fuck. Why can't I remember your name now? What the fuck? Dude, this is.
Hello?
I feel bad.
I thought you were confused about Junji's name.
No. For
What?
some reason, I couldn't remember.
I can't
You
hear
know,
anything.
I got
I'm
like
so sorry.
3 different names.
Dude.
I got for everyone now. Like I was like, his R is not right. What's his name?
This is great.
And yet you found Eru during our campaign.
Yeah, which is really funny. But anyway, yesterday, Eru, this is Jeonji. We were friends back, way back. Junji.
Yes.
Eru and he's completely frazzled at the moment.
Erud will extend his wing feathered hand to shake.
I take my paw and I firmly grasp it and I shake his hand.
You hear a couple crunches.
Oh god.
Hollow bones.
Quite the grip you have on you.
Eru literally just
Well, that's to be expected.
Well, I am Erud. I hail from Tanaro. I met these two when they found their way into the swamp of Segudakuda. And our goals happen to be aligned, so we've been traveling together since.
Yasrina will also shake his hand. And I'm Yasrina.
Firmly grasp it.
Oh, she's gonna firmly grasp your ass back, bro.
Right back. Are we gonna need an athletics check
tight.
here?
I was gonna say, can we roll an athletics check to see who's the firmer grasp?
What are we rolling?
Alright, we're doing it.
Oh, are you guys rolling? Are you trying to like?
Who has the firmer grasp?
Oh my god.
What are we
Yeah,
rolling?
just go ahead and roll strength checks. Opposing. Let's go
Alright.
opposing athletics checks.
I'll do that.
Oh,
You click
boy.
on athletics, you silly goose.
Hold on.
Okay, that's an 8
Well,
from
let's see
Yasrina.
Nice.
Yasrina's about to get bitched the fuck out.
Yeah.
Wait, what die would I roll?
Oh,
If
you
you-
should be able to just click on your character sheet where it says athletics
Wait,
in your
Nevaeh, what
skill
did
list.
you roll?
Fuck you.
So if you go,
You should
What
be
do you
able to see
character
click where
sheet?
it says where your skills are. You should be able to just click on athletics, like you did with initiative and the weapon attack
Okay.
when you first did it.
Listen, man, I was confused.
No, you're fine.
Give me like a minute as my computer struggles to load this.
It happens to me every time.
I just realized I've had this computer since I was in 5th grade. This thing's ancient.
Why?
Homeboy's playing on his school laptop.
Why would you ever do that to yourself?
Homeboy's playing on his school
I don't have money.
We gonna roll?
I wish I had my dice with me.
This silly goose.
I can't believe I agreed to this. It's still loading.
Alright, so hear me out.
I would just like to say, me and Yasrina are just locked. Hand in hand. I have not. She gripped my hand, but I'm like sitting there. I'm looking into her eyes, and I'm just debating whether or not I go full blow on this bitch or if I back off and be nice. I'm having an internal debate.
You
literally just broke all of the bones in my friend's hand.
That is true.
Don't bitch me
Well,
out right now.
No,
we can do it two. We can do it two ways. One, we can wait until you are able to actually roll it, or two, we can just use Dimitri's roll, which I won't tell you. You'll just have to figure out which. You just have to decide without knowing the actual outcome of that roll.
Don't look at it.
Or we call it a
Are you able to see it?
Don't look at it.
No, not yet. I'm still trying to get my character sheet
Okay.
loaded up.
So, do you want to just use the roll that Dimitri made, or do you want to wait until you get the sheet up?
10 more seconds, and if this bitch doesn't pull up, I'm using Deshmedes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8,
Yes?
9. Hey, I got it up.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, the timing. Impeccable.
Hot
Oh
fucking
my
damn.
god.
Okay.
So by beating her athletics check by fucking I don't even know what that is.
Almost 4
By
times.
beating it by 18, how do you want to do this?
Holy dead.
You kill Yasrina, you're dead.
God damn it.
Fucking goes flying off in the direction. You have full control over how this outcome goes because of how, just sheerly because of how much you out athletics Yasrina.
Because my character ideal is I like breaking things and showing off my strength, I'm using my roll 26.
I mean, yeah, you got a 26, but how do you want to like fucking or do you want to like
You meant like
how do you want to do this?
So you know that thing, right, where if you don't like grasp somebody's hands right, you can like move these bones and make them grind. I do that to her.
Ew. Yeah.
Bro just squished my tendons. With
Ew.
his paws. You're a furry, fuck you.
I just
Okay, so
casually
yeah.
rearrange her bones, but not in the sexual
So
way.
yeah, so Yasrina, immediately as you clasp hands, you already just feel all of the tendons in your hands just begin to move unnaturally as the sheer natural grip of this warrior who has been training for nothing so far has just gripping your hand very naturally and is just breaking and is just twisting moving all of your tendons and knuckles. You could feel them all rubbing against each other in your hand. It is very uncomfortable, very painful. And
hear me out. Deception check to act like I don't fucking care.
oh my god. Yeah, go ahead. Just go ahead.
Just keep this baby going.
Feel like we're having fun here. I'm
Fun.
It's only 22 to deception. You are just like just very just like you definitely seem like you're not in like uncomfortable agony right now as in this hand grasp. But but Junji, you still have Yasrina in this like class like do you do anything with that, or do you just like let go and
into her eye,
for a little kiss.
just staring
and I
daggers
nod.
into
I
each
went,
other?
even though I'm deceived, but I'm just like, this one's strong. I like her. And then I let go of her hand.
Okay.
Maddie, how dare you play a male character so that we can't be lovers?
I'm sorry. You never said your character
Hey,
was
on the
for
bright
sure
side, you guys
lesbian.
finally have a strength-based player in the group. It's been you guys haven't had that in forever. I mean, seriously.
He has all our potions now, but you know.
So yeah, you guys. So you both let go, and yeah, you just kind of just you naturally just begin rubbing your hand tendons, Yasrina, just from the sheer just from that grasp.
So you
like,
two
but
seem
like
to
low key, but like discreetly, but like.
Yeah, very discreetly underneath of the table, just rubbing them in pain.
Aaron, fix my hands.
He just shrugs.
Aaron, fix my hands.
Eric will just say, so it seems you two know each other, and he points between Rory and the other fella.
I
I'm
promptly
terrible at
stand
names.
up, go to where Rory is standing, and I bring him into a bear hug. Or
I think
should I
you
say
all
a
are
tiger
are
hug?
like sitting at a table at the moment, but but yeah, sure. You guys go
Table
into
or like 4 chair tables?
it's like this
Do we get a
round
table or a
table.
booth?
Oh,
Yeah,
never mind, then I don't. See, I was thinking we were just sitting at
you
like
just
a
shift
square
over across
table.
the booth and just give him a hug from on
I
the booth.
stand up on the table and I tackle him.
Real.
No, not really, not really.
God damn. Take me to dinner first.
You two in real life.
I was at the library when I was young, and he helped me out while I was there.
I lied. I told him the library was closed and forced him to sneak in with me when we could have just used the front door.
Real.
He very. He's a fun time. It's been ages. What have you been doing? Where have you been?
Oh, yeah, sorry. I kind of just disappeared because my family's part of the Cat Sith, but I have no intention of preserving the history through writing, so my family allowed me to join the Red Order, and I've been training there for the past few years.
Would I know what the Katsith are?
What did you pick one of them as your? Hold on, let me check your scholarly
I don't
mind palace.
think so.
Let me just take a look.
It isn't ringing a bell. How do you spell it?
No,
Cat?
you picked
Yeah.
the Mezowai and the Acadia, so yes, you would know the Cat Sith as one of the houses of one of the 4 houses. You should be able to find the information about them in your little scholarly mind palace. It's one of the threads available.
All right.
Scholarly Mind Palace?
Yeah, it's for scholars, not you. No, I'm kidding. If you,
all right.
I just heard my
Aaron will just
terrible
say,
laugh echo from somebody's microphone, and I. Anyway,
Aaron will just say, the Katsith. I am familiar with their work. I've read many of their works. But you said you weren't interested in writing anything down. Do you still have contact with them?
Oh, yes. After my training was over, I went to go back to my ancestral home, and I currently live there. I was just I was just in Quincy's Tavern, which is not good for my reputation, coming back after leaving after an embarrassing encounter with the bartender.
You look at the bar table, and Quincy just like notices you and just gives a wave, and just continues to do what he does. What he's doing, just like a jolly wave. Not even like you were just here 2 minutes ago. Just like a hi. Continues.
I just kind of turn away and I avoid and I give a little at the bar tavern. But anyway, I was just leaving to go back to my house as the dragon who controls the Red Order came to me in a premonition and told me I was to find Rory, but it seems that he found me instead, which is a lot less work.
Wait, you are a part of our group tomorrow?
Yes, I'm gonna butcher this name. Hold on.
Ningirsu.
I gotta look at it to pronounce.
That is called
Ningirsu told me that I needed to help you guys with your little dragon issue.
Well, perfect. Is it just you? I don't really think we had a clear on who all was coming.
No, my dragon told me I was to bring others with you. With me to you. 8 more.
8 more. Oh, that's great. Perfect. We plan on leaving in the morning. So just be ready. Where are we meeting, guys? I don't think we really decided.
Well, I haven't heard anything yet.
I plan to get a room at either this place, if it has any, or
that's not necessary. The Borealis house has plenty of spare rooms.
I appreciate the offer, but I'm not exactly inclined to the fancy living. I am much more comfortable in humbler dwellings.
Erud is imagining that Rory's house looks exactly like mine.
Yeah.
Everybody got some family issues.
Anything like that ever again.
I mean, if you want humbler livings, my house is a lot different than the typical architect you'll find here, but I can probably find you a room in my home away from my family if you so wish, just to sleep, and then we can depart in the morning to meet up with the other 2.
God damn it, Shut up. This dude is like 80 years old. What are you doing?
I'm not flirting. Nevaeh made it flirty.
Errol to say.
All of this is here for you. No, not really.
We're done.
No.
I'm ending the stream. We're done.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Rocks fall. Everyone dies. Probably gonna be the end of it anyway.
That's not the commission.
Errol to just say it. Well, I do hope to one day get into contact with the Cat Sith, but I don't believe now would be the appropriate time. But I might take you up on that offer later. For now, though, I think just the tavern dwelling will be fine.
All right. We can meet back here tomorrow then.
Aye.
All right.
Perfect. All right, I order a few drinks for the table.
Okay. Yeah, you order a few drinks. It's a different bartender. It's like this very stockier half orc man who kind of just like who comes over and just offers you a bunch of Did you frown at God
There's
damn
never
it.
any women. There's never any women.
All of these main characters are gonna be men.
You've been grieving.
Acne was the one you got.
The one.
Acne ain't even dead completely.
Alright, I'm gonna fuck Rory's mom, I guess.
No! No!
God damn it. Not again. Holy shit.
I'm not I'm
How
not doing this.
incorrectly I've been playing this bard. She's a classical violinist
The context
who's only
I'm
had
aware of.
one lover.
The context I'm aware of with this. My greater being knowledge. No. With my greater being knowledge, no. Anyways.
My mom's great.
You order a few drinks. We're moving on. You order a few drinks.
Your mom too.
Eventually you all you order a few drinks, and I'm assuming Rory, you're going back to the Borealis estate. Yasrina, are you going with them, or are you staying with Erud? Or are you going with Junji?
I will be taking a room in the tavern.
Okay. So at the moment, so it looks like there actually isn't any rooms at the tavern. The tavern just seems to be a bar. But with the help of with the help of Quincy at the table, he does direct you to a nearby inn just a few blocks down.
It's a poor ass cat.
Someone steps on Junji's tail.
Guys, I got Junji right here.
Junji!
It's Junji.
Great. Anyways,
He's
yeah,
I got a little tan this summer, guys.
So at some point, Rory, you head off to the Borealis estate. Junji, you return to your own homestead, probably like an apartment complex outside, somewhere within the Catwood area. And Yasrina and Erud, I'm assuming at like the same time generally. You both kind of head off to the sorry, you both head off to an inn. And you all, and as you all split off for the night, let me check something real quick. Okay. So you all disperse to your rooms. I'm assuming Erud and Yasrina get 2 separate rooms.
Roommates, baby.
Erud.
Yep.
Yep.
You enter your room. What are the kind of evening stuff you do before you eventually come to a rest?
He'd probably write down like pretty much the events of the day in the tome. He has a section near the back that he uses as like a journal to log the events of his days. Sort of like describes the city in his own words, like writes down what they were tasked to do, what he knows about the area, and his plans for going forward.
Okay. Give me 1 second. Totally fine. Sorry, this is taking a bit. You are eventually, so you have, so at the, there's this, you get a smaller room. It's only, you can both deduct 2 silver from your inventory, or if you only have a gold piece, you can remove 1 gold piece and replace it with 8 silver pieces. And you get a small room that has like a bed and like a desk off to one side, and you're able to begin just writing in your tome a bit. As you are kind of just as you're just writing in your tome, what's your passive perception?
13.
13. At some point through the night, you hear this kind of clicking sound. Not like a clicking from like a little like a clicker device. I don't know what it's actually called. But like the clicking of like a creature, an insect, almost.
Erod would. Oh, continue.
And you can hear it in the back of your ear from behind you.
Erod would sort of like ready an ink blob to like blast anything that's hostile and turn around and like investigate behind him.
Okay. You turn around. There's nothing in the room. It's pitch black. There's a bed. You can just see your bed. Nothing seems to be on it or underneath of it. Nothing seems to be up and around the corners. Only a room.
He's gonna like squint around and just say, "Whatever you are, I heard you."
As you say that, you hear a thud on the desk in front of you, and you quickly turn around to see a large creature, a like smaller creature. It's barely like the size of like a house dog or something. It's like this large hunchbacked insect looking creature with these large ears and horns, green fur that fills its back and scales as it looks at you. And just looks down at your book and grabs it.
Erod will fucking fire off the Eldritch Blast at the motherfucker.
You hit the Eldritch Blast, and it goes flying back. And it just flies off the wall and clatters to the floor. The book almost had it in its grasp as it just clatters to the ground, and the book topples up beside it as it scampers up like a insect struggling to try to get back up as it just.
Erod will fucking lunge for the tome, get it back on him, back on his person.
Make a dexterity check. Dude's gonna have a +3, so you're gonna have to beat a.
Hear me out. Can I hear this from next door?
No. You.
So,
On a natural 20, so from the creature, you rolled a 13. It rolled a 23 in total. You see, as you lunge forward, your legs almost give way, and you topple to the ground, and you topple to your knees, and still try to reach for the book, but at this point, the creature snatches and grabs for the book and scurries underneath of the bed, trying to like get away.
Erod will fucking like just scream, "Give that back, you biter!"
Okay. It scampers through underneath of the bed and and you could see it scamper onto the wall with the book in its clutches as it just looks at you and just snarls.
About how big is the thing you said?
It's
like
tiny sized.
Tiny, like small.
It's like
dog
barely got the
or,
book.
Like,
it's
bug?
like barely got the book in its clutches. It's like it's struggling to envelop its one arm entirely around this book. But it's like the size of like a dog almost.
Erod is going to. He's going to try to use his fucking telekinesis to like pull at the book, try and rend it from its hands while trying to like cover any exits he could see that this thing could fit through.
Okay. So there's only one exit, which seems to just be the window, and there's two exits. There's a window to one side of your room, and opposing it is the door. It's right next to the doorway. But it doesn't seem like it has the ability to like open doors. So you quickly back up to back up against the wall and try to pull back. Make an Arcana check, trying to just pull at the book.
Now this I'm going to use my Kenku recall on to get advantage. I didn't even
Christ,
need it.
on a natural 20 to a 29, you watch as the creature flies alongside it. It's still clutching onto this book, but it flies along with you as you grasp it in your hands. This creature just slams into you, and you both slam into the wall and clatter to the ground. The creature kind of just looks and snarls, slowly scampering backwards, but it's still like a couple inches away from you. It's like so far you can like grasp it or something.
Does it have the book still, or is it like
there's the book is like on the floor as well. It's like in between you two. It cluttered to the ground as you both collided into each other.
Yeah, I think Erud's going to like channel his will through the book and just say, I'll give you one more chance, touch that book again and you're dead. And he's going to prepare to cast Vampiric Touch. Did I understand that? I think I understood that.
He said secrets. Secrets are mine.
Nuh-uh, they're mine.
He's going to, like, with the Vampiric Touch still ready, like, go for the book and just say, these secrets belong to me and no one else.
You reach for the book and the creature shoots for it as well. And you both grasp
him with the Vampiric Touch as soon as I see him go back for the book.
You grab one hand on the book, the other hand reaches for this creature who has reached for both hands onto the book, and you grasp onto the back of it as you just see it just start flailing as this arcane vampiric touch seems to just link you to the back of this creature as it just flails, as you just hear as you just see it just begin to shrivel and wither away. It had 7 hit points. It's done. As it just shrivels and you could just see the black ichor around your arm begin to some black ichor begin to extend itself from the back, wrapping around your arm, kind of flowing around you before placing itself within the book. As you now just as the creature just and just slops and just flops over to the ground. It is dead.
He's just gonna like dust himself off and just pick up the book and like raise a eyebrow briefly and like tuck it into his cloak. And about what time would it be?
It's still like pitch black outside. It's like almost like it's almost like midnight. Probably even later than that.
He's going to fucking kick the shriveled corpse of the thing to the corner of the room and just sort of like look around and probably do some more writing before falling asleep.
Okay. As you drift off to sleep, we're gonna end the session off here tonight.
Sounds good. How the hell did I not hear that? Homeboy just got into a battle for his life. I'm next door like,
I'm gonna have some strong words for the fucking innkeeper. I better get my 2 silver back. This place is infested.
Shut up.
Cat.
Mains didn't even let me come in there and figure out what it was.
Nope. No, Erud, you actually probably would recognize at least like this general vibe it gave off of. This is a demon.
Homeboy didn't even check on Acme. What the fuck?
No, that's what Erud was fucking fighting for. He didn't know what the fuck that thing was. He wanted it off the book.
More specifically, it was it looked like a very undead jot.
Yeah, he definitely jot that down.
Campaign over. We're done. Goodbye, everyone. All right. So that is the end of. So that is the end of session 9.
I'm gonna finally get my armor tomorrow.
We're getting to the double digits.
Indeed.
Oh my god.
You'll actually be the second group to do so. Or more. Well,
How
no,
much
the third.
has happened for
The
only
third
10
group to do
sessions.
so. Technically.
Yeah, I lost the love of my life. Not Yazrina's life, love of my life.
Yeah.
All right. So, with that said, thank you guys for joining tonight, and I will see you all. When will I see you all? When will I see you all? I will see you all on the 9th of September. Take care, everyone.
9th of September.
9th of September. Well, I'll see most of you on the 3rd of September, but whatever.
Well, yeah.
I'll see most of you. We'll be back for this next section on 9th of September. Whatever.
Do we play on the 23rd?
What?
Do we play on the 23rd?
Do we or did we?
Do we?
Let's see.
On September 23rd.
Oh, September 23rd. I was like, August 23rd? What? Why? Yes. Yes.
We do. I won't be able to make it.
Are you fucking kidding me right now?
I have homecoming.
Homecoming? You actually go to that shit?
I also won't be
We're
here.
trying to get on homecoming court together. I'm trying to get on the court because we're ballers.
Oh shit, okay. On my screen, you were pointing at Dimitri, so I was like, what? I was like very confused for a second.
Dimitri.
I'm trying to make homecoming court. I think I could do it this year.
Dimitri the homecoming king.
Deshmiri, do you want to come to homecoming with me?
I can't. And also, no.
Damn. Okay.
I don't want to hang out with a bunch of teenagers. I do that enough. I do that enough.
Alright. Alright, take care, y'all. It's like almost 4 o'clock for me, so I'm gonna head out. Thank you guys for coming out, and I will see you all later.
Alright.
Take care.
Peace out, people. Have a good night.